Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My dear students, I'm once again addressing you here uh, and teaching you today Unit 7 Similarities and Differences between East and West, Session 1 and Activity Pre-reading. Works, you have to work in small group. You should try to take people of your own choice, right? Thinking about the world, what similarities and differences between the East and the West can you think of? You should decide and take people of your own, and then you should discuss these groups names with me and with share. But remember, you do not send me things direct. You must try to share with your CR. He will collect, and then he will send me a whole compressed email, right? We are going to talk about the similarity, so you have to think about it. Is it possible to put the similarity and differences in groups or categories, right? Then you have again pre-reading too. Like for example, there are certain ideas here. You see here, like all, oval, rose, moon. You see moon, calf, and lizard. So what do you think when you see these things? What do come to your mind? Like for example, if you see the oval here in our part, in especially in the eastern part and in Pakistan, so a kind of idea like regarding tomfoolery, like foolishness, comes to our mind. So similar is the rose, which which is connected to beauty. Moon is connected to beauty and refinedness, and similarly is cow, that is with like pugnacity, and lizard, that is also something fulsomeness and hatred, are a kind of, when you see lizard, so it creates in you a kind of fear, right? um let's go ahead. I have to be as brief as possible. Activity 3, that is predicting the topic by looking at the title. Like predict the theme of the text by looking at the title. Consider the following question. Like for example, you should just look at this. Why do you think the owl is referred to is both silly and wise in the title, right? You have to look at that, and you have to just record your thoughts to me and send. What do you associate with that? Foolishness or wisdom or anything else? Why is that so? How do you actually associate certain thing with certain things? This is Here is the paragraph. I don't want to just discuss it actually in detail, but I have underlined some words. The title is, you see here, that is actually the silly wise owl, right? Rudyard Kipling is one of the famous, actually, English writer, and he is quite famous for his quotation. And above all, he is more actually famous for the book Jungle Book, right, which he is actually written, and in which you see, this Mowgli, the character, you might have come to know about it. This is his created character. That is the story of a Mowgli. That how does a human child get stranded actually in a jungle, and then how he is saved by a black panther, and then the whole story is there. And the tiger who kills his father gets blinded, you see, on one eye, and he is in search of this kid and tries to kill this kid who remains stranded in the jungle. I don't want to talk about that anymore, but he is given this quotation. See here, you find the quotations here. East is east, and west is west, and never the twain shall meet. So the twain, this very particular word you see here, this twain means two. This is an archaic word. This is archaic word. All right. This is an older word. All right. So therefore, it is. Means that east is they're quite different. Here you can find that who Sugdi जो attend kala that's khabar okay. All right, sorry, a call came and that was a little bit distractions for you. you see, the word has become a global village. And cliche, I have actually, the difficult word I have underlined. Cliche, I mean trite yet stereotypical expressions, which has become very common and which has been coming and coming and coming. Uh, there are certain, cliches there actually in this particular word. And even attire, I have even actually attire means dressing. Cuisine means the style of cooking or cookery, all right. And delicacy means uh, refinement, okay. A daintiness, you can say, like. And different perception, different means different thoughts, right. Actually this paragraph basically, and I have even another word, that is hogwash. Hogwash means any worthless stuff, stupidity, such an expression, I think, which doesn't mean anything, right. And I have even you see, I have underlines here, things. Sweltering means extremely hot, sultry, which gives you extremely hot and heating. Munching means when you eat something, and when your jaws make certain audible sounds, so that is called munching. For example, you might have seen in animals when they try to munch something, they eat something, so the sound is audible. For example, if I eat, and actually the sound of my teeth clashing, you hear that, actually means munching, all right. And signify means. What does it mean? What importance does it bring, all right. Vitality means life. And they're perfunctory. These are the difficult words actually I'm making. The rest you will read yourself. I'll give you the summary. And perfunctory means usual, which is normally common. And even it can also be used actually in the meaning of superficiality, right, which is something upon the surface, which is not deeper, all right. And evil, okay. This particular paragraph actually focuses on the differences between the east and the west. What is considered to be in east is different in the west. For example, the very word that oval, which is considered to be the symbol actually of wisdom in the west. And actually this oval bird is actually painted or symbolized through different things in the west, and different products there. But the similar bird is not considered to be a wise bird in the east. It is here in the west, like in the east, that it is considered to be a symbol of foolishness. And when you mean somebody to be a fool, right, so we call him her, the ullu. You are ullu, right, you are old actually. Or sometimes we say ullu ke patte, means that you are the stupid person. And similar here in east, rain, which is also a symbol actually, which is perceived differently in both parts. Like in west, it is perceived something else, but in the west it is perceived something else. So in east, rain is considered to be a welcoming and refreshing actually thing that get us relief, you see, from heat. Or it can be used actually a symbol for fertility, and it brings happiness. And it is generally actually welcome in east with much fervor. Fervor means enthusiasm and joy. Heralding means bringing and telling us freshness, fertility, and a new start on life. But in west, you see, it is described in literature as cold, dark, bleak, grey, dull, and is used to symbolize these very things differently. So, my dear, the basic purpose of this particular paragraph here is differences, looking at different things, and they mean different things in their context. Like in West, one thing means another thing, and the same thing means different thing in the east. So keeping in view the role your Kipling was very much right by saying actually the quotation that east is east and west is this, and they shall never twain shall never meet. So therefore this is actually just in this paragraph the differences differences in east and west towards different things are mentioned. I hope that you understand the paragraph, and I hope you will read it. Now you will do actually your reading for understanding. You will do these things yourself. Read and find the differences between the east and west mentioned in the article. You have to look at actually. You have to come up with the differences there, right? And you have to attempt the following questions there. Okay. For example, what categories are used for comparison between east and west in the article? You have to look at this, you have to understand it, you have to analytically look at this. And if you remember, I just gave you a lecture before the writing process before, and I'm going to upload today another lecture on it as well. Why do you think seasons have a different impact on the mood of people and the east and west? You have to come up and you have to come up with that. Can the difference in the interpretation of color, seasons in other categories be attributed to the geographical location of east and the west? If yes, how? If not, what else can it be attributed to? You have to find answer. Paragraph division. Refer back to the text and divide actually the text reading into 6 paragraphs. You have to look at that. All right. And then similarly we have to look at actually similarity and differences east and west. And session 2, then we have to look for vocabulary building, for vocabulary, because words are gateway to scholarship. Words are very important in playing the a role in the language. So you have to look at these things as well. Now you have to underline words that are not you are not familiar with, right? For example, if you have not heard the meaning of the words, right, you have to look at them. Compare them with the words underlined by the person sitting next to you to help out each other in understanding the meaning. For example, you have to look at the paragraphs, and then you have to underline actually the words you are not familiar with, you do not know, you do not understand the words. And then another person, you must share it actually with your friend, and you must ask the same actually, and then he or she should share her or his list with you in order for comparison sake. Making use of context to decode the meaning of you have to understand, you have to look at actually the context in order to understand the meanings of unfamiliar words. Identification and use of, you must try to find some connecting word in these paragraphs, right? And you must try to find out the connecting word which connect different sentences or different words in order to understand the concept on it. And then the cultural differences. Now you this is actually very, very important for you people. You have to work in pairs and discuss different symbolic meanings of certain items other than the ones used in the text in east and west. So the home task, which is the assignment for you people, and this assignment a submission this is a little bit difficult to write with it. This assignment submission date is next Monday. I mean, just by you have to submit this assignment by next Monday. I mean, just today. You have to send your assignment to the CR the seer collect all the assignment is with their names. He will make a file, he will compress the file, and then the compressed file will be sent to me, so that would be separate files on certain assignment. So now you have to take 4 students, and it should be mentioned on your assignment that we 4 are submitting it in groups of 4 or 5. Select one of the following. You have to take a, let's say you have to take a category of colors, of animals, body gesture, facial expressions, means what are the facial expressions, and numbers, or choose any category of your own. And you have to do search for internet for some symbolic value assigned to these category and the each. For example, colors. So what symbolic value is attached to color? You have to look at this. So this is I think this is enough for today, and I will be also I will be also doing some research actually for you people in order to make you understand well. So hope that you understand today's lessons, and this I will share its link on LMS. Those who, and then the same lecture will go to the YouTube for your understanding, and I hope that you understand this. So thank you very much, and I hope that you will certainly get back to me in time.